After having the same guys for so many years, what's it like having such a fresh group?
It's really every day you're seeing something new. Every day you're coaching something new. These guys trying to understand our language, our jargon, me expressing it, trying to make sure I'm communicating things in an efficient manner. So it's fun. I mean, when you have guys for 3 straight years, there's some assumptions. But with these guys, I can't assume anything. I got to make sure every little detail, every little ounce of my coaching experience is passed down to them. So I'm talking more, way more, and it's fun. It's been really a joy for me to get into where I'm pushing these guys.
When you were looking in the portal, were there specific archetypes of wide receiver you were trying to fill?
Well, of course, I mean, we needed an LJ. We needed a Luke type. I mean, and a speed guy like Skinner. And I think we've addressed some of those things. I think we got guys with size. I think we got guys with speed. And the biggest thing, I think we were trying to make sure that we recruited guys that once they caught the ball, they do things we can't coach. We need to have guys that can just do things. And, like I said, if I'm coaching you and I'm getting you to the right place, doing the right thing, and you fall down, you're just a possession receiver. What separates you, from being a big-time wide receiver is once you catch the ball, do you do something different? Do you do something that I can't coach? And I think we got some of those. I think we got guys that can do some things.
So who would you think is your LJ? Who's your
Wentz is definitely an LJ type body. Cam Pickett's can run and do. I mean, of course, Emmanuel can run deep with speed. So if you want to put that in the Skitter category, you can do that as well. But Luke will probably be the Cam.
What has stood out to you about Emmanuel? We've heard a lot of great things about him from people so far.
He's personality. He is a wonderful person. That's the first thing that stands out. I mean, we got guys that fit the room. Emmanuel is, in addition to being a great person, he works hard. His skill set is really high, but his ability to work is even higher. So there's no complaints. They're just, I want to do. So that's what makes it fun to be around Emmanuel. And like I said, he's making the plays, and it seems like the staff and the players on the team are starting to notice it pretty quick. And it's been fun to coach him.
How did the evaluation process look for Emmanuel? He played wide receiver at Alabama, but didn't play an exorbitant amount.
Yep.
So how did you guys go about evaluating him, and what did you see?
Well, like I said, it was once he had the ball when he was in Alabama. We say run angry. He ran angry. We need guys, like I said, Jalen Daniels doesn't need a guy to just catch the ball and fall down. He needs the guy that can catch the ball and then get up the field and do something. We felt like with the clips that we saw, that he would catch the ball and he would do something and, make a guy miss, run a guy over, but not run out of bounds.
Both Levi and Emmanuel previously played other positions.
Mm-hmm.
How does it inform a guy's skill set when they have that experience in another spot?
Well, because, just perspective. The perspective is great. Still, technique is still things that they have to develop. But being able to have perspective of what a defensive player would do and what their techniques and their rules. And when you can take advantage of those, you can be Neil and bend the spoon.
How have you seen some of the returning guys like Keaton or Doug respond to having some of that new blood in the room?
Oh, it's been great. Because the guys that are coming into the room are not guys that are just ego. And Keaton's not an ego guy. They can all talk, they all laugh, they all joke. This group is kind of bonded a lot faster than I expected, and I'm really happy that it's that way. Because now, I can bark at them a little bit, and they take it, and then it's not anything personal. But even if somebody else that's in that room, if they bark at them, they don't take it personal. They're all trying to learn, and they're trying to get from point A to point B. So the key is, like I said, once we get all our pieces in together, Jalen gets rolling, and hey, we think we should be able to do some good things.
Keaton obviously had the knee injury for most of last year. Just how have you seen him respond coming back off that?
I had big expectations before that injury, and I still have huge expectations after this. He's still on point to be a very productive player. Still got a lot to learn, but that frame and how aggressive he plays, it's going to work well for him.
Terry, every day you see something new, every day you say something new.
Mhm.
Because of that, and that being your reality right now, do you try to go into each day, each practice saying, here's what I'm gonna say today, or do you just take it as it comes and let them dictate what you do say?
I think by experience in coaching wideouts for so long, I can just get out there and see and then roll with the punches.
Okay.
I don't want to go into, looking for this and feeling unnatural. So everything for me is see it and react to it. And 9 times out of 10, I think I'm in a good spot when I do play it that way.
Does that fit these guys? Are they
I think
comfortable
yes,
with that?
yes. Me being normal, me being scripted is not good. I mean, and I'd rather just be myself and just go coach it like I just got out of bed or like I'm getting ready to go play it. And I live for those days with all my arthritis.
You said they bonded quicker than you
Yeah.
thought they would. How did you think that timeline was going to play out?
Well, like I said, you just never can tell until they start to we start practicing, we start rolling. But like I said, Emmanuel's just coming from a good place. He's just a good person. Cam is another good person, and I swear Levi is just one of those guys. I thought Levi was just going to be quiet and never say a word, but now he's talking. He's a part of the group. I feel his presence. And like I said, they're good people. They want to learn, they want to apply, but they don't want to subtract from the room. They don't want the negative perspective or somebody pushing, seeing them in a negative, I should say it that way. So I think that, you have Keaton that has a real easy personality. So when Keaton comes to Cam or Levi, they know that that Keaton's coming from a good place. I got too many guys in the room.
How do you approach working with early enrollees, of whom you have a couple?
Well, the biggest thing with the early enrollees, you just got to try to spoon feed them, what they can take, and then know that they're gonna make a lot of mistakes no matter what. So, learn and try not to make the same mistake twice. As much as you can build on that, they'll get after these 15 practice, they'll feel good enough to go into those 30 practices. I mean, and that's the key. Let's expose them to as much as we possibly can, and then they'll have the whole summer to evaluate, and then once we get into those next 30 practices, hopefully they're in a position to move up the depth chart. But right now, like my young guys, from Nagy and Bryson, I mean, all those guys are just young. I mean, right now, the only thing I can expect them to do is be here, because everything else is going to be new for them.
Terry, what have you seen from Nagy?
Like I said, what I saw in camp, a guy that's very nifty, very good ball skills, very quick, like I said, and playing well, understanding the offense. It's when you get guys that grow up with a football background, they see things a little bit quicker than guys that don't. So I mean, and his dad obviously taught him some good stuff, and that's being applied right now.
With the portal guys, I know Bryson Canny's not here yet.
Mhm.
How do you stay in touch with him?
Yeah.
Try to keep him up to speed.
Yeah. The one thing I try to do with Canty and and even Jaden Nickens is try to FaceTime when in the meetings. So I got a little iPad and just sitting there, and and those guys can see if they're sleeping on the camera or whatever, but they're watching and they're learning, and then I can quiz them a little bit after meetings.
From a leadership standpoint, have you seen anybody step up or be more vocal, maybe with a mixture of returners versus new guys yet?
I'm still the leader in the room right now, and I think I want to play it that way until somebody legitimately, when it's time to be a leader, I should feel you. Right now, I'm doing it right now. Yeah, me and Coach Copeland, we're being the leaders right now in the room.
Anything else for Coach Samuel? All right, thanks guys.
Thank you, guys.